Hi, my name is Bashir Fadl, and I'm an instructor with itsfantastic.net, pronounced by some as itisfantastic.net. It's my pleasure being with you in this session today, so if at any time you do have any questions, you could email us at the address below, instructor@itsfantastic.net. Also, please do not hesitate to consider us for any of your training needs, as we provide a variety of formats, including on-site training, as well as training via our learning management system, our LMS, at www.learnitcoursesonline.com. At IT is Fantastic, we also provide IT staffing, development, and project management, as well as professional services and production support. So depending on your business needs, do not hesitate to reach out to us via our LinkedIn, Facebook, website, or email us. We'll make it worth your message. Thank you. First question is, what is Visualforce? Well, Visualforce is definitely an interesting tool. Visualforce is a markup language that allows us to describe the user interface components that live on our Force.com pages. The Visualforce framework includes two elements. Number one, Visualforce markup, which is a tag-based markup language similar to HTML. And then number two, a set of server-side standard controllers that make basic database operations such as queries and saves very simple to perform. We would use the markup language to define the components that will live on our page and tie it to a controller, either standard or custom, to execute the logic behind those components. Visualforce lives on the server, so any code we write will be generated and run on the server. With Visualforce being a web development framework, we can build sophisticated custom user interfaces for mobile and desktop apps that can be hosted natively on the Salesforce Lightning platform. Visualforce consists of a series of XML markup tags, which are also called components. In the Visualforce markup language, each Visualforce tag corresponds to a coarse or fine-grained user interface component, such as a section of a page, a related list, or a field. The behavior of Visualforce components can either be controlled by the same logic that is used in standard Salesforce pages, or developers can associate their own logic with a controller class written in Apex. Where do we use Visualforce pages, and when can we use Visualforce pages? Developers can use Visualforce pages to override standard buttons, such as the new buttons for accounts or the edit buttons for contacts. We can use them to override tab overview pages, such as the account tab homepage. We can use them to define custom tabs. We can use them to embed components in detailed page layouts. We can use them to create dashboard components. We can use them for custom help pages. We can use them to customize, extend, or integrate the sidebars in Salesforce Console, that is custom console components. And we could also use them to add navigation menu items and actions in the Salesforce mobile app. If you use Salesforce extensively without Visualforce pages, this could be a good example to introduce to Visualforce. It is very inconvenient for some users to scroll down each time to view account detail related data such as contracts, contacts, and opportunities. Scrolling down is not the ideal setup for our sales team. So can we modify our default pages somehow to be tabbed rather than lengthy scroll down format? The answer is yes. Visualforce can allow us to modify the layout so that it's tabbed rather than having to scroll down through the long, lengthy list. Wow, you see it? We do not need to scroll in this screen. So by leveraging Visualforce, we now have a tab layout where conveniently, with a quick click, we can see our contacts and open opportunities along with the overview of our account detail. This is an example of the many benefits of Visualforce. What are the benefits of Visualforce? Some of the benefits of Visualforce include, number one, user-friendly development, which means developers can edit their Visualforce markup in the same window that displays the resulting page. Consequently, developers can instantly verify the result of an edit just by saving their code. The Visualforce editor pane also includes auto-completion, and syntax highlighting. Visualforce also supports quick fixes that allow developers to create supporting components on the fly. For example, a developer can define a new Visualforce page simply by logging into Salesforce and then entering the name of the new page in a URL. Much like a wiki, if the page does not yet exist, the platform creates it for you. Number 2, integration with other web-based user interface technologies. Because Visualforce markup is ultimately rendered into HTML, designers can use Visualforce tags alongside standard HTML, JavaScript, Flash, or any other code that can execute within an HTML page on the platform, including Lightning, platform merge fields, and expressions. Number 3, Model View Controller, MVC style development, which means Visualforce conforms to the Model View Controller, MVC, development pattern by providing a clear division between the view of an application, that is the user interface defined by Visualforce markup, and the controller that determines how the application works, which is the business logic defined by a Visualforce controller written in Epix. With this architecture, designers and developers can easily split up the work that goes with building a new application. Designers can focus on the look and feel of the user interface, while developers can work on the business logic that drives the app. Number 4, concise syntax. Visualforce pages can implement the same functionality as Salesforce controls, but with approximately 90% fewer lines of code. Next, data-driven defaults. Visualforce components are rendered intelligently by the platform. For example, rather than forcing page designers to use different component tags for different types of editable fields, such as email addresses or calendar dates, designers can simply use a generic Epix input field tag for all fields. The Visualforce renderer displays the appropriate edit interface for each field. Next, hosted platform, which means that Visualforce pages are compiled and rendered entirely by the Lightning platform. Because they're so tightly integrated, they display the same performance as standard Salesforce pages, regardless of the amount of data being displayed or edited. Another benefit, automatically upgradable. Visualforce pages do not need to be rewritten when the other parts of the Lightning platforms are upgraded. Because the pages are stored as metadata, they're automatically upgraded with the rest of the system. On behalf of the IT is Fantastic family, thank you, and please do not hesitate to contact us via Facebook, LinkedIn, our website, or email with any of your IT questions or concerns, whether technical questions, training, staffing, development, or outsourcing. We're more than happy to attend to your inquiries, and thank you.